Good morning, guys. How you doing? I'm Alec. It's Thursday, which means War Factory, and we're gonna get this show on the road after we see what we've got going on here. Yay. Alright. Logistics first. Shield is 2.6 million, 2.33, or was it 3 million, 3.1, 3.3 million total, including the core health. And none of that is really important because we've got this back. We had this layout. I've talked about it a couple times since we had it last time. And I'm going to do something that I wish I had done the last time we had this layout. The core position on this, like much of this base is standard and we've seen it before, but this particular layout with the grapplers, I feel like we've only started seeing that like in the last few months, and that makes life really fun. However, in order to try, let's see, tribes, have a look at that, see what we have for advantages here. Rifleman damage. Alright, I've not done that tribe. We do have this critters spawn tribe. I'm going to do this rifle damage tribe, actually, because that would be smart for this layout and what we're going to do now. Plus, I don't really need the resources for anything else, so we can go ahead and replenish those later. Alright, so backstory. The last time we had this layout, I went ahead and did it, which is probably the smartest possible way. I used an RCZM approach, so let's switch to that. And I did it for my War Factory video using Sparky and critters. And then after I had this really fun idea, and on one of my other accounts, because I have several, I went and did the same troop comp, but I used brick. Why do I keep saying brick? Brick on the brain. But I used Bullitt and taunt, and that was really, really fun, and I didn't get a video of it, and I wished I had. Are we good on there? No. Select. We're gonna do it the brick. Oh my god. I think I might be having a stroke or something. Seriously, brick. I can't stop saying brick. We're going to use Bullitt this time, but in order to do that, and we have boosted up rifle damage. Rifles will help with all of these grapplers. Critters are good with all of these grapplers. Rifles are good with a lot of grapplers because rifles come by the trillion, basically. Sparky and critters is good because with your critters you are obviously occupying the grapplers as well. RCCM is a very powerful, like high damage troop composition, so you will be able to cut through. Oh, these are all threes too. These guys up here, these were ones. That was a one. That is also a one, and that's good because we're going to do something with that first. But these guys are all threes in here. Anyway, high damage troop composition, especially with the boosted rifles, and we should be able to cut through that. But we're going to use Bullitt and taunt because the idea is just to keep Bullitt bouncing around in here. And you can go ahead, I'll try to focus on killing the buildings, you just try to keep an eye on Bullitt. But before we do that, I'm going to take a hit, and I'm going to kill this grappler over here. Nothing over here is particularly interesting to me. Zedmont, if you're here, you probably should know who he is. Did a really interesting video a couple of weeks ago doing a Bullitt Zuka hit. If you get Bullitt in a nice spot over here, you can taunt many of these guys and clear, and then, but that's just not where we're going to head today. Really wanted to do this last time, had a lot of fun with it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to try to flash kill this grappler, losing as few troops as possible, because not like we need gold, but we never try to waste it. So, and maybe we'll clear a couple mines. So we're going to take a couple hits, one hit, At least I didn't say brick again. Damn it. Take a hit. Try to flash kill this grappler. Have some fun with it. Watching out for this laser. Now we do have some doom cannons over here. So when we're doing this flash kill, I think what we'll do is probably pop some critters somewhere over here. So that way the laser fires off in a direction we don't care about and occupies the doom cannons. And then we can try to get our troops out of dodge. Clear some mines first. And then for the next hit, well, we'll talk about after we do this hit. 4 boats of Zookas. 3 boats of rifles. For this hit, it actually doesn't really matter what the composition is. Gonna go like that, gonna go like that. Gotta go... I'm going to use just the 4 boats of Zookas. That should be plenty, I think, to flash kill a grappler 1 in 1 shot. Should be able to get these guys pretty nicely under, ladies, under 1 smoke. So we'll flare there. And let's say about now with the critters and a shock. And get ready on the next smoke, and let's get the heck up out of here. Drop a bunch of GB over here and retreat. Some of that GB probably won't land, but it doesn't matter. It'll just help those things die a little faster. Losing a Zooka in the process. I'll take that. Okay. So, we are now looking at a situation where, so getting rid of that one guy because I want Bullitt just to stay in this area. Possibly, you possibly could consider trying to take a hit and just barting those guys out. There's a good bit of health between them. That's why I was checking the tribe bonuses earlier because, you know, I don't always boost all of my tribes, so I don't necessarily remember what exactly we've got going on. Last week we had a damage to, or a boost to, seriously, I think I'm having a stroke. We had a boost to artillery damage, which might have helped with something like this. A boost to barrage damage might have done the same if you wanted to remove those guys and then just keep Bullitt bouncing around in this area. Not going to be able to do that. Shouldn't matter though. Gonna roll with it. And it's gonna go something like this. Taunt. And I am counting in my head, trying to keep Bullitt's taunt activated at the optimal time, while still keeping stuff shocked over on the right hand side, because there we go. And just keep Bullitt taunting for as long as possible. He's about to die, so let's get some critters out there. Can taunt again, might as well. He's just taunting like everything on this whole side of that base. He's still alive, damn it, he died. Well, that's a shame, because that was spectacular. Gonna clear a bunch of mines up there. Let's see. How do we go like that? Still have some critters out there, so I'm going to shock the hot pots up that direction. And as long as there are still critters, then they will save us from these grapplers and things. And these boosted up rifles are doing a good bit of work. Remember, these were all one more shot. Come on, quickly, quickly, quickly. Thank you. There we go. Hot pots again. Whew. These boosted up rifles are doing a lot of work over here. This is now going to be a problem because we need to get away from... Yeah, let's get a critter down as quickly as possible in medkit and see if that keeps us alive long enough to get past at least one of these hot pots. Probably going to stall here because, you know, hot pots. Had to get away from the flotsam cannon over here. Very important. But when you're stuck between flotsam cannons and hot pots, that's kind of a bit of a rough spot. Now, that is making me think things. Well, we can hit that button. Probably won't use Bullitt again, but that was a lot of fun. He was taunting a whole lot of stuff there. I did not keep track of how many times he got grabbed because I couldn't watch that, but like I said, that was your job to pay attention. That's not on me. With this kind of a setup, hot pots and flotsams, I would love to go ahead and mix in some bombardiers. However, we do have these guys still going on, these two grapplers. On the other hand, possibly could just go ahead, mix in the bombardiers, BART out this machine gun, which is very low health, and then just keep some things shocked over here with our current rifle configuration. So swapping out for the Zookas, I guess. Why don't we do that? Just for something to do. That was pretty much what I did a few weeks ago with, you know, the video where I used Everspark and then decided to try Bullitt. Does help, I think, to kill that one other grappler so way off to the left, the one that we flash killed earlier, because that way Bullitt does not end up getting taken off over there and way into left field. Gonna make one with these actually be Zuka, just for a few more extra bodies on the ground. And in this case, I think I would rather have Everspark and the critters, because that will help pop up the hot pots early, I think. 30,000, 31,000. Yeah, I'm good with it. Let's do it. Alright. Now that grappler's going to start doing some stuff, and as soon as the grapplers grab anything, we can just go ahead and pop those guys up, which is great, because as soon as those guys are popped up, then we can shock them all, including the machine gun, which means we can keep those things just negated for the rest of this hit, and our troops will go ahead and clear and kill them. Great. One more shock, and then also we can more or less stay away from the flotsam cannon that way. Let's get a little bit further, or position closer over to here, further away from the flotsam, and that'll put us in range of everything over here. The bombardiers will target, I believe, the defensive towers first, and we just pull back a little bit. Again, now that all those things are dead, and the flotsam should be targeting pretty much just the critters, if anything, and we can probably make sure of that by throwing a bunch of critters over on that side of the headquarters. Looks like the troops are pretty much out of the flotsam's range, which is good, because you know what flotsams do, right? I had a very, very embarrassing op hit like a month ago where there was a flotsam in a weird place, and I just totally forgot what flotsam cannons do. So when I killed it, when it did what flotsam cannons do, boy, I was in really rough shape. So pro tip, don't do that. That was fun. That was the different way to approach this base that I wish I had taken. I don't know, like I said, maybe 2 months ago or whatever when that came up. And I'm really glad that that layout came back the way it did, because we got to do it the fun way this time. Anyway, that's War Factory. I'm Yalek. I'm gonna go get into my day now, but, you know. Well, I don't know how you intend to do something like that. You can do it your own way, but that was fun for me, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other ways to do it. There are also some ways you don't want to do that War Factory, but, well, hopefully you're not going to try to use tanks or grenadiers on that in the first place, because you know better than that, right? I hope you know better than that. Anyway, If you find something fun, let me know what you did. Like, thumbs up, all that, and I'll catch you later. Take care.